Hello everyone, this is Satish. Welcome to Appium 1.6 video series. This is session 1 of this video series. So this session will discuss all about the Appium 1.6 architecture and its major differences between Appium 1.5 and 1.4. We'll have a couple of more sessions around how to set up your Xcode project to support Appium 1.6, and also we'll have a couple of sessions around how to set up your Mac in order to make it compatible with 1.6, and also how to run your automation scripts on multiple iOS devices on the same Mac. And also there are some other videos around how to capture elements and what are the changes you need to make to your Appium 1.5 elements in order to migrate them and make them compatible with Appium 1.6. Okay, so let's get started with this session. So let's discuss about Appium 1.6 architecture and its differences with 1.5. This diagram will explain the architecture of Appium 1.5 and 1.6. This is a very simple diagram, illustrates how things really work on Appium 1.6. So this is your Mac machine in which you have your automation scripts. So your automation scripts, either it will be responsible for spinning up an Appium server, or it might be using the already existing GUI version instance. So your automation scripts, which is written in your language of choice, either it's in Java, Python, it depends on your language of choice. So this automation scripts is responsible for communicating with your Appium server. This Appium server in turn takes those commands and translates them into JavaScript and feeds them to the Xcode instruments. Xcode instruments is the core engine which is responsible for actually communicating to your device. On the iDevice part, there is a bootstrap program that runs continuously, which is an endless program, and its only job is to keep listening for the commands that are sent by the instruments. And UI automation will also play a critical role in actually injecting commands. And also we have something on the iDevice too, which is responsible for automating all the commands that come through instruments. This is a simple architecture which illustrates Appium 1.5. The major drawback that I saw with Appium 1.5 is its slowness in executing commands on the iDevice. And also another major drawback that I used to see is it's highly impossible, probably possible, but with a lot of tweaks, running on multiple devices on the same Mac. Instruments had a limitation where it always fails to create another instance and trying to connect to the another iOS device at the same point of time. These are the two major drawbacks that I saw in Appium 1.5. So with Appium 1.6, both the issues are resolved. Apple has addressed both the issues, and Appium 1.6 will give you the capability of running on parallel devices, and the speed at which it works is tremendous. I'm pretty impressed with the speed at which it works. I've been executing my scripts. I have a suite of around 500-600 scripts which used to take around 6 to 7 hours to run. With XUI test, I'm pretty impressed. It has drastically came down to 3.5 to 4 hours. So if you look at the architecture here, your automation scripts in the Appium server remains the same. There is no changes around this. The only change that you need to make is adding a couple of capabilities to your Appium driver and the way you capture your XPaths. These are the only two changes that you need to make in order to make your scripts compatible with Appium 1.6. So if you look at the diagram here, I have highlighted the changes here. There is something called XUI test, which is a new framework that is introduced by Apple. So this XUI test has a project called WebDriver Runner. This is an Xcode project which will be built onto the device, and this is a program, this is an app that runs on the device continuously in test mode, and it keeps listening for the commands that is coming from the XUI test. So if you look at the diagram here, your automation scripts will give the command to the Appium server. Appium server in turn translates the command to XUI test. Okay, either in the Objective-C or Swift. Your XUI test WebDriver runner, the app which is running in the test mode onto the device, which is responsible for taking those commands and injecting onto the device. So this is a simple architecture compared to the Appium 1.5, and it has major advantages compared to Appium 1.5. So in the next sessions, we'll discuss about how to set up Appium 1.6. Sorry, I forgot to mention about iProxy. So how does the commands are injected to the device? There should be some way to connect to the device, right? So we have something called iProxy, which is responsible for injecting all the commands to the iDevice. So this is a whole architecture of how things work. We'll also explain you how we can tweak our scripts in order to make your scripts run on multiple devices using Appium 1.6. Thank you.